Hey everybody and welcome back to another video. I noticed that the other day when I was watching over my USA versus Australia video, I realized that I shouldn't be hating America, but instead I should be hating things that actually affect us Australians. So I may not look Australian, I am some brown kid that lives in Sydney and I don't look Australian or I actually look like I'm an immigrant of some sort, but I've been here my whole life. I've never left Australia. I've never been overseas. The furthest I've been away from my home is probably Queensland, and I'm talking about like Brisbane. So, draw a map here. I'm here. Brisbane's here. That's as far as I've gone. Literally, people travel further than me for a living. So, and here again, we're back on the beautiful website BuzzFeed, as always, providing me content and providing me the help and the support to make these videos. Hashtag not supported. So these are 51 things that are mildly infuriate all Australian people. Is this English? 51 things that mildly infuriate all Australian. Yeah, it's English. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Seriously, what is wrong with me? Number one, being forced to use mustard like some kind of sicko when they run out of tomato and barbecue sauce at the Bunnings sausage sizzle. I've never been in that situation, but if I was in that situation, I would not even buy a sausage sizzle. Sorry. If you don't have barbecue sauce, I'll go for the tomato sauce. If you don't have tomato sauce, I might. You know what? I actually might eat it just like that. I don't give a shit about the mustard, honestly. I think the only mustard I would like is Dijon mustard, but I only eat that when I'm having like a nice fancy sandwich. So, if you didn't know what a sausage sizzle is, it's just basically just get 2 slices of bread, put some sausages in there, maybe some onions if you feel like it, and just bam, eat it. Done. Put some sauce, whatever you like. That's a sausage sizzle. Try it one day. Very simple. A lot of people underestimate it. Yeah, you get your fancy loaf of bread and stuff like that, but realistically, if you just want to eat something, just get the fucking slice of bread and some sausages. Slap them with some sauce and that's it. Number 2, getting into your hot car on a summer's day and getting absolutely branded by the seat belts buckle. Oh, who hates that? If you don't know, like, we have a very, very common thing here in Sydney, oh, not in just Sydney, in Australia in general, that if it's a really goddamn hot day and you have to get in your car, don't touch the metal thing in the fucking seat. You know the thing that clips into the thing, the thing that it clicks? Yeah, don't touch that metal part. You will absolutely get marked by that. It is terrifying. The amount of times I touch that and I'm just like I won't even mean to touch it. Like I'll actually touch the plastic part, whatever, the part that doesn't heat up. And then when I pull it over me and it touches my arm, I'm just like, ah! Number 3, thinking you can just duck down to the beach quickly without shoes and losing a layer of foot flesh to the piping hot asphalt. Ow! Ow. Ow. That's pretty self-explanatory. Like that doesn't just happen in Australia. That happens anywhere if it gets hot. As hot as Australia, at least. 4, trying to watch a video and getting the message, sorry, this video is not available in your region. Because you Americans, you English people, you even like parts of Europe, like Germany, France, Italy, and all that, you're lucky that you get the videos and TV shows way before us. In my opinion, I do think it's the rating thing, censorship, not censorship. Censorship is the wrong word. I mean like the rating of TV shows and stuff. If it's like a YouTube video, obviously it's gonna be readily available for us unless like there's some legal stuff in it. But if it is like a TV show, it depends on the rating and stuff. One thing that infuriates me is that I love watching Impractical Jokers, but I can't watch Impractical Jokers, the movie, here in Australia unless I go on some shady website, which I really don't want to because it's breaking the law. So I don't want to do that. Number 5, going overseas and being asked by everyone if you're from England. What? I've never experienced that. Number 6, or New Zealand. That I've experienced. I don't know, like some people confuse me for like Islander or New Zealander. I don't see it. I just don't know how, honestly. I don't look like famous New Zealanders. I don't look like the All Blacks team. I don't look like, you know, Islander or anything like that. I probably look more Mexican than an Islander. Number 7, pumping out the Christmas tunes in the lead to December, but feeling perversely out of place thanks to all the white Christmas references. Hey, that's American English. That's the Northern Hemisphere's fault. That's the Northern Hemisphere's fault because like everyone knows, Northern Hemisphere, you guys get snow and stuff, and it's winter, and like it's winter when it's summer for us, but also your winter is like so fucking cold that it's like snowing. So I mean, if I were to see snow in here, like other than in Canberra, I would just be like, oh, wow, now I actually can sing the all white Christmas songs. Thank you. Number 8, listening to non-Aussie actors butchering the Australian accent in films. Apparently, Australian accent is the hardest accent to learn in the world. I have no idea about that. I don't know if that is true. A lot of people say that though, only because Australia's accent has developed through too many phases. Meaning that we had English people come here, so we all had English accents, but then like over time it got lost because we mixed up with our indigenous people here in Australia. But then we also had like a lot of foreigners from like Asia countries come here, and they basically mixed up our accent. The accent would have stayed English if we didn't mix so much with other countries. If the majority of people were English, like 80% people, then there was a higher chance of the English accent staying. But that's not the case. So number 9, having to put up with the overuse of the face g'day. I hate to break it to you, we don't say that as much as you think. We don't say that as much as you think. Sorry. And their use of shrimp instead of prawns. We don't eat shrimp. We eat prawns, not shrimp. Get it? Stop saying throw shrimp on the barbie. On behalf of all Australians to the outside and anyone that's not from Australia, please and thank you for not saying that every goddamn time you see us eat prawns. Number 11, fighting with your Kiwi mates about who really invented the pavlova. I've had this argument. And the lamington. Yeah, I've had these arguments. I don't care, honestly, at the end. I just want something that's ours. I want something that's come from our country, like, and we can proudly say it. So, being descended on by a bloodthirsty gang of gulls when you try to eat chips by the beach. That's where it's fun for me. The amount of times that I've been on the beach with either my family members or friends of mine, and we're eating some chips and fish, or maybe some chicken or whatever, and we have whatever leftover chips, we just will throw them as far as we can into the air and see how much of the seagulls will actually like fight over each other for it. It's fun. You shouldn't do it. Don't do it. I'm not encouraging it, but it was fun. 14, and almost losing an eye to a magpie during the god-awful swooping season. Here's a funny story of that. One day, I was walking home from school, and I knew there was magpies nearby. So, my house was the third house from the corner. So there was the corner house, another house, and then mine. And I had to walk down this one and then just turn left and get to my house. But there was a bunch of trees and stuff on that street, so when I walked and I knew the magpies were around, so I would turn around and get scared shitless. And one day, like, I was screaming my lungs out. Like, I mean, I was actually terrified of it. My heart was racing, my heart, like, I had anxiety and stuff, and I was bolting it, and I was screaming my lungs out. And my mum and my dad heard that, and they were inside the house, and they came out and hearing me, and they thought a little girl was being attacked. Yeah, save that for the clips. You're welcome, internet. Number 15, having a mate say your mate while pointing at someone you absolutely fucking despise. Hey, isn't that your mate? Hey, my mate. Number 16, online shopping and forgetting to change the currency. That is not, why is that on the list? That is not mildly infuriating. That is very, very infuriating. The amount of times I went to go donate to a streamer, or I want to go buy something online, and it's like, ah, 60 bucks. Ah, cool. Click on it. Go to checkout. Says 60 bucks USD. I shit myself already. I go to exchange rate, and it's like, ah, 60 bucks USD. Ah, okay, that would be like 110, $100 Australian. How ridiculous is this? Unless you're buying something from like an Asian country. Anywhere else, it's just like, yo, go get fucked. Number 17, online shopping and realizing the postage is gonna cost more than your whole cart. Anyone order anything from wish.com and you live in Australia? That's for you. 18, being told you can't afford a house because you ordered too much bloody smashed avo. I'm not part of that. Don't worry, I know how to save my money. I love smashed avocado, but no, that's not me, don't worry. 19, then being told you just have to look outside the city. We skip that? I don't understand that. Number 20, having a thong snap in the middle of your day sesh. That's happened to me twice in my whole life, but they've happened at the most stupidest times ever. It's when you get a thong and the parts of the groove and it joins up in the middle, so that where your toes is meant to hold, right? That part either like pulls through or just snaps in general, and you can't wear that thong anymore. You're just like, if you're out like to a Macca's run or something, you're just like, now I have to walk barefoot. Thanks. 21, and having to fashion yourself a solution with whatever's lying around. Hey, that's not an Australian thing. That's just called being poor. 22, watching your mate make a cold cup of Milo and being horrified when they pour the milk first. You know when you watch a person break spaghetti in front of an Italian, and the Italian says that's a sin in their country and that most likely they will die? Well, that is our equivalent. You will die in Australia if you put the fucking Milo powder after the milk. Stop fucking doing that, okay? And also, stop putting just a fucking, like, if you get a full cup of, like, if you just get a full cup of fucking milk and then just put a little teaspoon of Milo, don't talk to me. You got it? Good. 23, public transport when it rains. Gotta love that. The seat where you're sitting and it has the nice shade and it's covering you from the rain and stuff is a good 10 meters away from the fucking street, so then you have to walk those 10 meters in the fucking rain or run in those 10 meters, but you might slip, so don't fucking do that. And then sometimes the driver doesn't open the fucking door until you get to the fucking street. Oh, Raff, man, why don't you just put an umbrella? Yeah, because if you put a fucking umbrella and then you step in and then you try to close it, you can't close it. You also look like a douchebag, because also you leave the doors open and all the heat comes out of the trains, and not the trains, trains, and then the heat comes out of the fucking bus too. So public transport when it's 40 degrees. Again, you use a bus for example. First of all, those buses, they don't have good aircon. New South Wales Transport, please heed my warning. If the fucking summer comes and lots of people have to travel by public transport, put fucking better aircons. Understand? Thank you. You did it on trains, and the trains are fine. That's why I always sit in the downstairs of the train, where it's the coolest. But on the buses, oh my god, that is fucking terrible. You don't understand. State Premier of New South Wales, try and sit in the fucking bus for at least 30 minutes in a really hot day, and you will understand thousands of people's pain when the fucking aircon doesn't work. 25, public transport. Yeah, you can see how much I hate public transport. 26, craving a box of chicken crimpy shapes but getting stuck with the vastly inferior pizza. That is so true. It's like when you're craving one thing but you know the other thing that's completely different is you fucking eat it and you realize you love that so much, but you still have that craving for the other flavor, but the other thing is, the first thing is still like filling you up a lot. It's a good problem that people need to try and solve. 27. Tucking into a Guzman and realizing they forgot your goddamn guac. I get that same feeling at like, what's the other one? What's the other one? Mad Max. There you go. But they don't forget my guac because I make sure they do it before I actually sit down. 28. Getting to the front of the coffee queue and realizing you forgot your keep cup. That I don't know. We're skipping that. 29. And feeling dirty and ashamed to use a takeaway cup. This must be made for like the Melburnians. I'm a Sydney sider, so stop. I bet you didn't realize what a Sydney sider is and a Melburnian is. Let me tell you the example. Melburnians are these stuck-up people who think they have so much culture in their life and they need to drink soy lattes every day and look at modern art pieces like every 5 minutes of their goddamn life. Sydney siders, we're all about business. We need to make money. We need to lawyer up basically every 10 minutes so we don't get sued by like someone stupid. Unless you live in Western Sydney, then that's a completely different story. But those are the differences. Yeah, Sydney siders, we're not very cultured. We're not very... Our tastes are not expensive. Melburnians, on the other hand, their taste is so expensive. Like, oh my god. The amount of money they spend in like 3 days, 4 days is the amount of money I would spend in 3 weeks. What are you doing, Melburnians? What are you doing with your money? 30. Microwaving yourself a pie only to have realized rim burnt to a crisp and inside meat still frozen. You, buddy, have made your microwave way too high. You did not press the medium setting or whatever, and it reduces the microwave strength. Yes, that made sense, right? Well, that was 30 of them on the list. I will continue the other 20 on another video. This list is like way too long, and some of them like I don't understand, but also some of them you won't understand until you realize the pain that I have been in. Saying that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end. It always makes me happy when someone is sticking all the way to the end. Oh, and I remember something. I remember something. Subscribe. See, bitches, I did it. Subscribe. Ah, shit. I didn't ring the bell, didn't I? Well, subscribe and tell the editor to put a bell up here, like right here. Yeah, there. Subscribe and put this bell on. And if you really like this video, make sure you hit the cards. The cards are here, 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 and here. And as always, this card here will help you subscribe to the channel. And this card here is just a card that links to the other mysterious videos that I have done.